On this episode, we continue a new series called Road Trip Unscripted, where anything goes. This is episode 3, and we are on our way to Universal Orlando Resort. Today is September 6th, 2022. This is episode 493 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. And if you hit that subscribe button, you're going to get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. We know that planning a trip, especially dining to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, can be extremely overwhelming, especially if you don't get your must-do restaurants 60 days out. Good news is Mouse Dining removes that frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. If you visit msmfriends.com, you can use this free service. And then finally, if you're getting ready to plan your next Disney or Universal vacation, looking to go on a cruise or pretty much travel anywhere else in the world, head to mainstmagictravel.com and fill out a form for a free quote. Our travel services are completely free to you.
So we are, as per usual, driving to Disney. It's actually not a Thursday, though. Usually we drive on Thursday, but we're driving on Friday, and we're actually going to stop at Universal so we can see the Halloween Horror Night Tribute Store.
Super excited for that.
I am too, and if you want to see it live, you can join wonderlandcrew.com.
If you want to see it live in the future, because it's in the past now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what else are we hoping to do while we're there?
We're going to ride the Mummy, hopefully, because it is brand new. Well, refurbed, but a lot of stuff is brand new. So we're going to do those two things, and then we're going to head to Disney. But that's really kind of beside the point. What we're doing now is we are going to have a little road trip talk. Jeremy has all these numbers, and he's going to make me pick because I have to keep my eyes on the road, so I can't look or do anything. And we're going to discuss. We've gotten these from listeners, so thank you all for these amazing topics. So here we go.
All right. Rhonda, first pick. Numbers 2 to 16. Pick a number between 2 and 16. 15. Something no longer at Disney that you're glad it's gone. Primeval World. Sorry, I had to go right into that one. It always hurt me, and it made me dizzy, and I just never cared for Primeval World. I feel like, the years that the girls were much younger, they wanted to ride it and had to ride it every time. And especially before they were at, really ages that they could ride it on their own, I was the one that was riding every time because it would totally make you sick. And this was before you did the patch.
Right, but I did it one time, I remember, and I was very nervous, and I did it, and I think because I was there for my kids, and I was really focused on other things, and I was a lot younger, I was fine. I didn't get sick. I did kind of go, all right, give me some time, I'm done right now. But it's one of those things where I didn't ride it. The kids were finally tall enough, and, Jeremy would ride it first, but then the kids finally got tall enough where they could ride without us, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's gone, and it's never coming back.
I know. How nice is that? And it's one of those,
again, I don't care.
Well, it's one of those rides that I find so funny because I feel like it is love-hate.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's ever an in-between, or was an in-between with Primeval World. You either absolutely loved it, or you absolutely hated it. Now, I will say, it is one of those rides where as much as I hated it, it was hard to not be on that ride, kind of laughing and smiling and just making sounds you didn't know you could make. And I think that's almost what, oddly enough, gave it a little bit of joy, but I don't miss it.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you can think of that's gone that you're just like, see you later, don't care?
No, but there's a few things I'd like to see go away.
Okay, what would you like to see go away? Interesting.
Everybody would probably kill me, but the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Yeah. I don't think that's a hot take by any means. I think you'd have a lot of people that are agreeing with that one.
Okay. I mean, I know some people love it, and it is fun if you get a car that actually works right. There's been so many times where I've gotten the car where, I don't know, the steering wheel, and it just goes back and forth and it bumps.
Yeah.
Bumps. And then the exhaust, that doesn't bother me as bad because I'm a weirdo and I almost like that smell. But at the same time, it is a lot.
Yes, it is.
So.
I'd be okay with it if they refurbed it and made it smooth. I mean, and not, an electric or whatever, but... I'm going to say one that I think will be interesting is I'm actually going to say, and I'll tell you the reason why, even though I actually enjoyed it for what it was, is Stitch's Great Escape. I want Stitch in the park. The only reason I'm glad it's gone is so that it can make way for something that I know can be better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And I don't think it's going to be Stitch. There's always been those rumors of a Wreck-It Ralph attraction going in there.
Oh.
Did you enjoy that attraction? Are you sad it's gone? Like, if they all of a sudden today reopened it, would you want to go this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember Alien, for one.
See, I don't know if I ever did it.
I do. Very.
Did it scare the pants off you? Or?
Vividly. Yeah, it was very frightening.
Okay.
Especially when things touch you, like, oh yeah, it was. And then Stitch was cute, and it didn't scare you as bad. You still knew things, and then of course, because I already did the Alien, you know that, unfortunately things are going to touch you and things are going to. So
yeah,
it was just cuter, I guess.
Yes, agreed.
It wasn't scary, but it was scary for some little kids, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I guess I'm sad to see that be gone because I didn't mind it at all.
I didn't mind it. I can tell you right now that if it was still open, I bet anytime we go to Magic Kingdom, I would go do it.
Yeah.
Just because we want to see Stitch in any form we can get him in the parks, and that was it, man. Other than the character meet and greet, which are few and far between.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This time I'm gonna bump stuff up instead of saying pick a number between this and this, but not this. That gets too confusing. If anybody listened to the last two of these.
Okay.
All right, now you can pick a number between 2 and 15.
12.
12. Other vacation destinations you would like to visit outside of Disney. I assume that is all of Disney, as opposed to not just Disney World. So you cannot pick another Disney park. Can't say, Tokyo or Disneyland
Paris
or Alani even. Paris. Now, you could say Paris, but not visit Disney.
Okay, so you're saying another
destination that is not Disney. Has nothing to do with Disney.
Hands down, where Gary,
Scotland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Okay.
Just because, I watched Outlander the whole time, and, we met Gary, and he's actually told me that he's not too far from where it was filmed. And
but you would just be so excited to see
that,
wouldn't you?
I would love to.
That's cool.
I just would absolutely. And, I'm a redhead, so there's, I think, some over there.
Fit right in.
Hopefully.
I think that's a really good pick.
I love Gary and his family, and would love to go see them. And Kaylin would love it too. It's very cold a lot of times over there. So
and beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Like countryside, and I told Gary, I imagine everywhere you drive there's goats and stuff on the side of the road. And, I get a certain scenery in my head when I think of Scotland, and it's absolutely beautiful. For me, and this might surprise you, but it's because you have talked about it ever since the day I met you, and I know how much you would love it and the kids would love it, is Colorado.
Oh.
And to go, now I'm not going to ski, but to go stay at a ski resort that is straight out of a Hallmark movie. And honestly, I'm talking Hallmark movie ski resort. Not some big, giant, wherever we'd have to go to get that. Is that where you would find one more? Is where you find that family?
Probably.
Alan Thicke owns this little ski resort type thing, or he came in to buy it. I want that one. I want one that's been owned by a family for decades, and it's more of a inn or a bed and breakfast.
It's been a long time since I've been in Breckenridge, obviously. I think close to 20-something years. So with that being said, I don't know what Breckenridge looks like anymore. It was just very more affordable than your Vail,
And I'm not saying I wouldn't want to stay in a wilderness lodge looking giant cabin with a lobby and big fireplace.
100%.
I think that would be cool too. I think it'd be neat to go out for like 10 days and do a split stay. One at a mom and pop and one at one of the big time places.
That'd be fun.
Culturally, the place I would love to visit the most is Japan.
Okay.
I think that would be absolutely fascinating, even down to some of these like little hotels that's basically like a bed, you know, and like the trains and stuff. And again, the food. I think would just be outstanding, and just all of that culture. And I know that's one that Kaylin would really, really love to do as well.
Yep.
Okay, now let's just, because we want to involve Disney, what's the one Disney park you want to go to the most, or the one place to visit Disney that you want to go to the most in the entire world, amongst all of their...
I don't know. I think it'd be a hard pick between Alani and Paris.
Yeah.
To be 100%, because my client just got back from Alani and she said it was just awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how long did she spend there?
I think close to 10 days.
10 days?
I think.
10 days, I mean, you've even told me,
10
right?
days
Seems
in
to be
Hawaii
about
is perfect.
It's perfect.
Because it takes a day to get there and a day to get home. So
is that included in your 10 days? Or are you talking you're gone for 12 days? Basically?
No. If you're gone for 10 days, then you're pretty much
There
in
for
Hawaii
8.
for 7.
7, 8? Okay. All right. I can see that. Yeah, because if you're talking 7, you're literally only there for 4 or 5. And you've gone through all this travel.
Right.
I mean, for me, because it's the OG, I still have to go with Disneyland. I have to say Disneyland, I feel like. And, I mean, we're going to look. Maybe we can go in 2023 if things pan out. I would love to. I want to get out there so bad and see, you know, where Walt walked and what Walt built. To me, that's what makes it number one, even though I think there's other parks that I actually want to visit more, like Tokyo and stuff.
Right.
Disneyland is just, that's it. Like, that is the OG Disney.
Yeah.
And I just know seeing it. Plus the fact you can just walk from one park to the other. Like, it's
like
got that universal setup,
yeah.
even with downtown Disney and all.
That would be neat.
Kind of fascinates me as well. So, all right. We now got number 12 is going to be off the board, but we're going to go ahead and now have you pick between number 2 and number 14. 2. All righty. We are going to go with Bucket List Disney. What is a bucket list Disney item for you?
Well, I think it's going to actually happen in 3 weeks, and that is the Disney cruise and cruising on the Wish.
Brand new boat.
Brand new boat, which, I mean, let's be honest, I would have picked any Disney. Dream,
for
Magic,
sure.
Whatever they're all called. I would pick any Disney cruise. The fact that it's the Wish, it was super funny. I also have another client that travels and cruises a ton. His super funny. His wife will not go on a Disney because she gambles all the time, and there's
Seriously?
no gambling on Disney. So
I feel like that's a good thing.
I do too, but it is hysterical because that's the legit only reason. But my point to this story is that literally, he said they were docked, and the Wish was right next to him, and he was like, "That ship is massive," and I was like, really? And I mean, he's been on like Alaskan and European and like all those cruises. Like, he's been on not just going down to the Bahamas. He wants to they take other crazy way cruises. And to hear him say that, I was like, really? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So
that's I'm so interested. You know, I've only been on one cruise. It was a very, very small cruise out of Jacksonville. That boat is like one of the smallest there are. Now, when we were getting off at the Bahamas, we walked past other cruises, and we walked past, I don't remember which Disney one it was.
There
but
was.
You're still seeing them from afar. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
I can't wait to be literally standing right in front of it, and then to get on it. Oh, I'm getting like chills thinking about it. I'm so excited. We've got a lot of wonderful friends are going to be there with us. Our buddy Steve just booked this week, who's going to be joining us. Dish on the Wish, touring plans. Lynn and Jim will be on the boat with a whole bunch of cool people. So I'm super excited. It's definitely on my bucket list, and I can't wait to cross it off. Can you guess what my number 1 is? It revolves around food.
Oh, Victorian Albers.
I think it is my number 1.
Oh, okay.
And I know I joke about it in the past and stuff, but it's not number 1 on my list of ones of bucket list items that I'd want to actually pay for. If that makes sense. Like, I want to pay. I mean, nobody wants to pay for anything, but
Right.
I don't mind paying for a cruise. I don't mind paying to go to Disneyland or go to Alani. I still think it would be very hard for me to stomach paying for Victoria and Albert's, unless we just had money coming out the wazoo. Then maybe you would feel okay about it. I just don't know if I could stomach sitting down, you and I, and paying $1,000 to $2,000 for a meal. But it's definitely up there for me. And then to visiting, seeing all the castles. I mean, would just be incredible. To have said that you've seen every castle at every park.
Okay.
Would be so cool.
Yeah.
Where does like other things fall on your list? Like if you're going after the wish, what is going to be your number one bucket list item after this cruise? Do you think?
I would probably say the Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because of, again, the nostalgia of it, walking where Walt walked, and actually getting to see what his vision was that he got to see before it was Walt Disney World. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll like cry for sure.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
So I think that one probably for sure.
Yeah. I'd put that up there. I would say that's
Alani would be like, number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would be neat to be able to come up with a legit bucket list that you and I both agree on together, and then try every year to knock at least one of those off. Like that would be
amazing.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
All right, now picking between 2 and 13.
7.
Who would you be if you could be any Disney character?
Ariel. 100%.
I would ask why, but I don't know if I need to, do I?
Because I'm that type of person, when I do it, I want to, because of my haircut, because of my hair color, and because of my hairdresser, I would color my hair.
Would they let you?
To it.
Do you know if they would let you?
Oh, no, I mean, no, you can't. You have to have a natural...
Oh, so are we talking about what character you would want to be in a park or a cruise or something, or do you think you're talking about like in real life? Both?
Both, because
okay.
like if I was like Tinkerbell, I'd want blonde hair. Or if I was trying to be
So even though
Belle,
they would make you put a wig on,
hair.
you would still make your hair the same color? Because I'm pretty sure you'd have to. We can ask Jessica.
Well, so what I do know is I did have the Ariel hair color, the fake red, for quite some time, and I got rid of it because it was just way too hard to keep up. I mean, I literally have a picture of me holding an Ariel doll, and both of our hair color matches.
It was exactly the same, and not even just color, but like volume.
Yeah, and when I had that color, I had a very, very sweet guest. She kept staring at me, and I saw her stare at me, and then she kind of looked away, and then she caught me. I caught her again, and she finally was like, "I'm sorry." She was like, "You look more like the Ariel than what we just met."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And that was my biggest compliment when I had that hair color. And then it was just too hard to keep up, so I went back to pretty much my natural. And from what I understand, because this is my natural, yes, I am allowed to have it, but they would put a wig on me still.
Over top of it.
Absolutely.
That
you are
makes sense.
not allowed to have colored hair.
Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Like crazy colors and stuff. It has to be more... But that's a lot of places, not just Disney.
Oh,
I mean,
for
I've
sure.
had clients come in that would love to do something fun, but then they're like, well, with my job, I can't.
They might work in finance or something. And it's not allowed. Or, I don't remember the exact stipulations for our dress code. I believe when I worked at the credit union, you could not have visible tattoos.
Yeah.
Which is why as soon as I left the credit union, I got visible tattoos and then got many more. But I don't know if I could go back and not have to wear a long sleeve shirt every day.
Well, and my girlfriend, Rita, is a nurse, traveling nurse, just nurse period. She's actually in school to get her nurse practitioner license. And with all that being said,
Is she allowed to show tattoos?
I don't remember.
Or is it more one of those where they're like, meh?
It's more the hair, because we were going to do her hair, but we did it, and then she always wears it up in a bun anyway because of that. And she wears a hat, but it's super funny because I think her boss was like, do I see some purple under there? And she's like, nope. But so,
what character do you think I'd be best at? Anything come to mind?
I think, I hope it's not mean. Goofy?
Okay.
Because you're tall.
Yeah. Well,
And you could be in the suit and you could kind of be goofy.
I don't think it's far off from what I would pick, which would be Stitch.
Okay.
Just because of that, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a face character personally,
Yeah.
because everybody knows, technically can see who you are and your face and all. I would want to be, I think, a costumed character where I could act nuts and not feel like I might get embarrassed by doing so, because that's not me in general.
Right.
Me just, gallivanting around a park and like running up to a kid and taking their little Stitch doll and rubbing them on the head. That's not me as a real person. So I would love to be able to do it without that feeling of embarrassment, which would just be the way I am. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So I think any sort of character like that, I mean, it's got to be tough to beat being Mickey or Minnie.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see the looks in little kids' eyes and
Yes.
adults' eyes when they see the two most classic icons and characters there are. I think it would be so incredible.
That would be.
And then I think you would be really cool as doing Ariel, but then doing it like if the Voyage of the Little Mermaid came back, or doing it on the Disney Cruise Line. The Wish now has an Ariel show.
I'd have to sing.
You could sing?
No, I can't.
I think you could. I think you could pull those ones off enough.
You think?
I think so.
That's super
Speaking of that,
sweet.
how excited are you to see the show on the Wish? It's Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
We have so much to cram in.
Super excited. I know, and it's so funny because they're talking about costumes because it's going to be a Halloween, and I'm trying to decide if I want to just go ahead and buy a Ariel costume and just kind of be Ariel one night.
Well, do
Kinda
you
decided.
do you want to just do our Disney bound again that we did
I don't know.
for Dapper Day? Even if you get a legit costume, I can still do my Eric, I feel like.
Yeah.
With the blue pants and the red belt and the shirt and all. So, yeah, okay. Maybe we do that then. That'd be good. All right. Last topic for this one, and we're only cutting it a little short because we're literally 10 minutes from Universal. Pick a number between 2 and 12.
3.
3.
Sorry.
What are your thoughts on Disney adults? And I'm going to add this part. Do you understand the people who get upset over Disney adults and adults who go to Disney without kids or without their kids? Like, what is your overall take on Disney adults?
Not sure I understand the question. Like, just Disney adults without kids, period? Like Lucy and Caleb?
Well, no, both. Because
Or-
we're now Disney adults. We don't bring our kids.
Right.
We love Disney. We go to Disney without our kids. There are people out there, and the article surfaces every year when somebody needs a bunch of clicks to their website of somebody saying that, this lady going, I'm with my kids in line trying to get a pretzel, and there's just 2 Disney adults in front of me who don't even have kids. and it happens every year. Yeah, it happens every year. And this article I think it's the same article verbatim. There are a lot of people out on social media and reviews online and stuff that don't understand 2 adults who come to Disney either without children at all because they don't have them, or without their children the way that we do. And I see that you are in shock that this thing exists because it is a thing. Obviously, we love Disney adults. We're going to have a whole bunch of them this weekend.
Oh, 100%. All right, guys, come on. If anybody is in the age realm of me, what's that? I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Like, come on. That's Disney. Probably that's where Toys R Us spawned from. I mean, Disney adult is a inner child that is there, and they can be without their kids. I mean, holy moly, it's amazing to be in a Disney adult. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I do. I have 2 children, and we had so much fun, and oh my goodness, the memories I have with them, the memories I'm still going to have with them. We're going
we
for
miss
Christmas.
them. Yeah, we 100% miss them.
Sometimes.
But
a Disney adult is that person that, I kind of love the shirts. I'm done adulting. I'm going to Disney.
Yeah.
Because you can be a child at heart and be there and just know that you don't have to be an adult and be like, I mean, you do, but you don't. You might
pay for stuff.
I know, and that's what I was just going to say. You might, please make sure you are reasonable and responsible. But I mean, wow, just the thought of like being Disney adults is unbelievable. I mean, I think it almost goes to, if anybody listening out there has grandchildren, I mean, people tell me all the time, oh, wait till your kids have kids.
Yeah.
You can love them, you can do this, you can do that, and then you give them back. And I mean, I look forward to that day, like many, many, many years from now.
Years from now.
But, I feel awful. I mean, well, we could think, like, we're two Disney adults. There's these children, and but no.
I think that you should be hired as the spokesperson for Disney adulting after that rant, because it was very, very good. I agree with everything you said. I mean, we love being here as adults. We the past 3 weeks have been like one of those just kind of 3 weeks. I feel like it's strung together where we're kind of like, man, we could use a break right now. And it just so happens this weekend and this trip is coming. And I can't think of another place in the world that I can go to and just kind of relieve my stress and kind of forget about what's going on in the real world. If I go plop my butt down on a beach, I'm just there possibly alone with my thoughts. And I'm just going to think about things that I don't want to think about. Whereas Disney, it just gets so wrapped up in everything. And I absolutely love it. And I think there's a space for everyone. There's the space for the solo traveler. There's the space for the family with 2 young kids. There's the space for the family with 2 older kids. There's a space for the generations, 3 and 4 generations of grandparents going all the way down and all being there together. And I think it's the only place you can do that. I mean, we're about to stop here at Universal Studios. We're minutes away. And you can't do that at Universal. Like, you can, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about early November. My brother's running the Wine and Dine, and we're saying, all right, is he going to bring his kids, and we're going to bring our kids, and we want to invite my parents and all. And my thought was, well, with the ages of the kids, we could do Universal, but I'm like, there's nothing there for my parents.
Right.
My mom can go to Disney, and let's just say she never rode a ride.
But she can.
She would love it, and
right,
she can.
She can.
Yes.
She can ride. Oh my gosh.
There's
Small World.
There's most nothing at Universal that my mom would do.
Peter Pan and
So I do think it's funny, but that article resurfaces every year. I feel like we're due, and I think it literally was, and it's probably a completely made up story and all, but I think it literally was. A lady was like waiting for pretzels, and there were Disney adults in front of her, and her kids were melting down, and she couldn't get her pretzels in their faces fast enough. But
I mean, that's just any line ever.
Oh, agreed. And
anywhere.
And that's the thing. I mean, I know Disney, it appears that it is made for families, but it's not.
Course,
it's made for everyone. And I think
yes,
that's what the great part about
it is. It is made for families, but I mean, I'm a family of 2, and I want to be a child.
Agreed. Family doesn't have to mean you got children.
Yeah.
It can be, just the 2 of you. So anyway, in 0.1 miles, exit right. So we were getting ready to go ahead and go through the ticketing area for parking, and then we are going to go check out the Tribute store. We're going to see what snacks they have. Mm-hmm. They do have the pepperoni pizza skull.
Yep.
So if that is available right now, we might want to try that. We're going to see about the Mummy. We're actually meeting up with Rachel.
Yes.
If you did not listen to last Friday's episode, I told Rhonda I'm very interested to see who listens to it, because I don't think the episode is made just for people who own dogs or just for people who own dogs and want to take them to Disney. She gave a lot of information, and Rhonda brought up earlier, like, if you don't own dogs or you don't like dogs, this will be helpful for you to know what you might encounter by going to a Disney resort that allows dogs.
Right.
So it's a lot of great information. Make sure you listen to that. We had Rachel on to discuss her experience. Go ahead, though, and hit that subscribe button, and you're going to get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And if you check out our Patreon group at wonderlandcrew.com, you'll still be able to go back and see everything that we did Labor Day weekend. We're super excited for this trip. And finally, as long as you're out there, we'd be so appreciative if you could leave us a rating and review.
Because it'll help our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.